Hello, welcome to Wide Left Sports. Today I am joined by Park City football player Landon Downing. Landon, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I am doing really good. So, kind of my first question for everybody is what started your love for football?
Um, it goes way back, definitely way back. So my dad was a running back for Park City too, and I saw that he just like I saw a lot of his tapes and stuff when he was growing up, and I always wanted to be like that. I always wanted to be like my dad, and so obviously I started off young, flag football, little league football, stuff like that. And once I kind of really got a feel for football and the bigger leagues, college, NFL, it almost like set a goal to me that that's something I want to become someday. And so ever since then, it's just I've found love in it, and yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. So, you know, having the opportunity to live out kind of a legacy there at Park City where your dad played football and now you're playing football. How cool is that, not only for you, but for your entire family to have that?
Oh, it's awesome. It's the best thing. It's my family's the biggest supporter. It's there's no one else that wants me to do better than them besides my dad. He's there coaching me through it all, and we both played the same position, running back. And so I'll have some tough days where I'll be like, I don't know what to do in some of these spots, and he really sits down and points it out for me. And no, my family's a big supporter, and it's awesome because um, my dad had a couple college offers, and now I feel like I'm just carrying on the legacy.
I love that. I love that. So, as you mentioned, you and your dad both you are a running back and he was a running back. So,
Yep.
um, is there any tendencies that you see in your game that are like, oh yeah, that's my dad?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I would say my quick feet because obviously I'm not a huge power back. I'm not gonna run. I my skill is to get around people. I'm not gonna just run through the hole and run people over. It's my quickness. My dad was a very quick guy. He ran a 10.8 in the 100, and so I definitely would say my feet work is from my dad. Is the quickness to get around stuff.
Oh, that's so cool. So you are going to transition this perfectly. So your
Yeah.
other sport that you do is you run track in the
Yes, sir.
spring.
Yeah.
So obviously, when I've been interviewing a lot of athletes here and a lot of football athletes in particular, football and track kind of go hand in hand. You're doing football in the fall and then
Yeah.
track in the spring. So what is it about track that makes it such of a easy transition for football players to where you guys do the same or the two sports oftentimes?
Yeah, so to me, it feels like they're helping each other out. The more I train for track, the more it's going to help for football, and the more I train for football, it's going to help for track. So I feel like it gives hand in hand. I work on my 100 speed. That's just going to help my quickness on the field, and so but it gives that same kind of rush in your body that I've never had with basketball or anything like that. It just gives that. It's kind of a track kind of gives you that one. It's like obviously it's a team sport, but at the end of the day, you're the one that chooses your time by going how fast you can. But definitely, it just gives you that thrill, and yeah, I feel like they just help each other out. That a lot of coaches and stuff love to see that by the end of the year, a lot of times athletes are taking that off and going into summer camps and stuff like that. They're going to be out of shape, but track just keeps you in shape all year whenever you're going through it. So it just helps hand in hand.
For sure. And you mentioned another great point there that track is a very solo game. While yes, you're on a team setting, it's a very solo game, whereas football's not. You're
Yeah.
pretty reliant on the other guys on the field with you. So, how do you differentiate the two, and how does your mindset change for the two?
Definitely. So my mindset for going into a football game, first thing I do is I get up and check in on my players, make sure everyone's doing good, and that we're going into the game with the right mindset because one person's mindset is off. That's just going to throw the whole game off. And so, football, it's not just making sure I'm in the right mindset. It's making sure me and my brothers are all good and going into this game. Track, it's more I wake up, all right, I'm feeling good. I need to get myself in the mindset. Football, we're in the locker room. We're hyping each other up. We're helping each other. And so track, it's a solo thing. It's really solo when it comes to that part.
For sure. So mentioning like your offensive line and your quarterbacks and wide receivers and all of that when it comes to the offense, how do you guys build that relationship to where you have that trust with each other to where you're going to be going out there and fighting for each other every Friday?
Yeah. So, me and my brothers, we've all played junior high ball together, and so we've been there for the times that we didn't have the trust, and we experienced the times we didn't have the trust. The times when they would let blockers through, and I'd get hit, or I'd miss my block, and the QB would get hit, stuff like that. And so that really showed what we don't want to be. And so going into high school, I think we all really got accountability. And in the summers, we go to football camps as a team. We practice as a team. We we don't just practice solo. It's we really work it. But you can practice as much as you want, but at the end of the day, you have to have that bond between each other. And so we do a lot of team bonding. We'll go out to eat together and just at in game you're gonna block for your brothers, guys you're close with and everything. And so each and every one of us are really close. I feel like so team bonding is a big thing that we do together.
Oh, I love that. I mean, you're just kind of laying it up for me. You're making this whole interview easy, which is great. I love it.
Perfect.
So another thing you mentioned was you and your teammates have been together since middle school.
Yeah.
And that's not something that in a town like Billings is always possible.
Yeah.
So, how does that advantage help you guys where you've been together since middle school, maybe even elementary school playing ball? Whereas in
Um,
Billings and the other bigger cities, that maybe isn't possible.
Yeah, I feel like it gives us a big head start because the middle school coaches and the high school coaches, they're almost on the same page on stuff. They really look at it, and the middle school coaches kind of, put us in it's kind of the stepping stone for high school. It puts us in the positions that that they believe that we're going to be good at and be most successful for our team. And so besides us going into high school and the coaches trying to figure out like, where's Landon go? Where's a lot of the junior high and middle school ball? They already kind of see how we play in those positions together, and so if they like little changes, they can fix and stuff like that. But for the most part, through junior high and us playing together, we already played together. So if the coaches see any changes that they need to fix, it's like they already have film on us.
That's awesome. So, at the beginning of the interview, you mentioned that you're more of a speed back. You're not gonna blow through anybody with the block or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, as you were learning the game of football and being that prototype of a running back, how did you adjust to the blocking game? Because those defensive linemen are big guys.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was definitely a wake up call because freshman year I was very small. I broke my leg. Going into sophomore year, our fullback went down before the season started, and my coach told me I was going to be our starting fullback my sophomore year. And I've never had any experience really playing high school football. I broke my leg the year before and stuff like that, and so let alone a different position. Honestly, it was just kind of there was no preparation for it. It was I just kind of had to go out there, and I definitely got my bell rung the first couple games. But it's almost like I would rather me get hit than knowing that I'm hurting my other teammates and stuff like that. So I really just put my body on the line, um, and then I just kind of learned how to block and stuff. And um, I feel like I can definitely take a hit, and so and I feel like I can give a hit too. So at the end of the day, it's just blocking for my brothers, and that's what helped most of it. Me learn how to block and stuff is it's either I get hit or they get hit. So
I love that mentality. And, just talking to you in these few minutes here, you can really tell that there is a bond. And I think that's so cool to see that in a team.
yeah,
So, my next question is I'm going to go into your injuries a little bit because you had a little bit of an injury history with you
yep,
breaking your leg and things like that.
Yeah.
And at such a young age, I can only imagine that is tough to overcome to say, yeah, I want to get back out there and run the risk of hurting myself again. So, how
Yeah.
did you get over that and get to where you are now?
So going into that game, I'm a freshman. Everything's a little nerve wracking. It's a different level of ball, and I got hit. I broke my fibula, my tibula, and cork fractured everything. And I think the scariest part was knowing that I was getting rode out in an ambulance. And 20 minutes ago, I was just still learning the game of football. And after multiple surgeries and stuff, it was super scary. It's like, am I putting all this work in and rebuilding my leg muscle and everything just for it to happen again? Because that was the worst pain I went through. Um, am I doing it just for it to happen again and again and again? And it was definitely scary, but I think I did not get nervous about not coming back and it didn't scare me away because what I love about our small town is the day I got back from the hospital, because I was in there for about 4 days. The day I got back, um, the first people that knocked on my door was all my teammates. They all came over. Coach made a big box for me, and just to show that they're here for me. So, knowing that even if I did get hurt next year or the year before, knowing that I have my teammates and stuff, that that's what really got me through everything.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, my next question is actually about Park City because what I love
Okay.
about small town Montana, when it comes to any sport, they come out and support it like no other.
Yeah.
So, kind of going back to that support of your teammates after you broke your leg, what does it mean to have the support of the entire town when you're out there on Friday night and you're getting under those lights in Park City?
Oh, it's a feeling that I can't describe. It's you see people because you everyone kind of knows each other and knows whose parents is who, but you see there's some groups of people that don't even have kids there. No, just because they're in the town coming to support us, it's the best thing ever. And after scoring and you just see the town light up, and come together, it's a feeling. I've gone to some double A games and stuff like that before, and it's definitely not that hometown feeling. And after the game, everyone knows you by name and they come up and talk to you, and it's definitely a lot more heartwarming than normal. And the town comes together. So every pregame, um, there'll be parents that come to our practice. They set up on the side and they make the best meals ever, desserts, everything for us. Make sure that we're eating right going into game day. And we'll be going to playoffs, and the town will decorate our bus, and just like the whole town rallies around us. It's the best feeling ever.
I love that. So I'm going to put you on the spot for a second.
Okay.
Who has cooked the best pregame meal?
Ooh. All right. I'm gonna have to say he doesn't play. He doesn't play here anymore, but it would have to be my friend Drew Dixon. His dad. He made this big old mac and cheese with pulled pork, and that's my favorite thing because it has the carbs and the protein right there. But if we're being honest, you have to say the dessert's the best. So I'd have to say my friend Mason's mom. Mason's mom made a big old fruit pizza.
Ooh, okay, both of those
Uh,
sound really good.
yeah, yeah. No, that's the best part.
That's awesome. So you're obviously in your senior year now.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? What's your college looking like?
So, I mentioned earlier that we, as a team, go to a football camp every year, and we go to Rocky Mountain College football camp. I've been going there since I was a freshman, so I have a kind of a bond with the coaches. I know them a little bit, and kind of learned their style of game and stuff. And every year they choose a camp MVP, and they're out of all the 8-man schools that come there and 6-man schools that come there, and they give that camp MVP to one player, and they receive a scholarship and stuff like that. And that's always been my goal every year. Is like I'm going to be that guy. And so going into this year, I felt like I had a really good Rocky camp, really good relationship with the coaches and stuff. And at the end of the camp, they do awards and stuff, and they're like, this has been one of the hardest years because we couldn't just find one MVP, and it was me and another quarterback that won the MVP. So we both were put on scholarship there, and I've been going out to a couple Rocky games. They have me out there, and so I have a scholarship from Rocky, and then I've been out to Minot and did a couple football camps out there. But I think my two most interests right now are Rocky and Dickinson State.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm not trying to persuade you to come to Billings, but Rocky's pretty great.
Yeah, no, I have a good relationship in Rocky. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, for any kid that is in a smaller town in Montana that wants to succeed in football at the high school level and then get the opportunity, like you've gotten, to get the scholarship to a really well known college in Montana or wherever, what is your advice to them?
Um, I feel like a lot of people are just gonna say the same advice that I would say, but it really does mean something. Don't give up. So my freshman year, I went out there and I see these 180-pound running backs, 190-pound running backs, and just don't give up and put yourself out there. You got to be different from people. You really do have to be different. Because there's going to be skills that people have that you don't, but you also have skills that they don't. And so be different. And just put yourself out there. And a lot of people are always so worried. Oh, I have to go to college. I have to do this. Football is a sport, and it's a team bonding thing. You just have to have fun, and the rest will come to you.
That's great. So, I have one final question, and this is more of a get to know you type of question. You are wearing head to toe cowboy gear right now.
Oh yeah, rooms full of cowboy gear. My Emmett Smith autographs, everything. Yeah.
What made you such a diehard Cowboys fan?
Okay, so when I was younger, I I loved football since day one, but I didn't know my football team. It's like, how do you figure that out? Everyone knows their football team most of the time from their dad, but my dad's always been a Cowboys fan. But he's never worn it. He's never made it known or anything. He doesn't watch. He didn't watch the games or anything. And his um actually my I was at my friend's birthday party when I was about 7 years old, and they didn't know what team to get me, so they got me a Cowboys jersey, and um, yeah, and so ever since then, I've been wearing that Cowboys jersey when I was little. And so whenever people ask me, "What team are you?" I'm Cowboys. And so when I really got into like NFL and started understanding stuff at a younger age, it's always been Cowboys. So when we go to games and everything, and it's I think my favorite part of being a Cowboys fan is my mom didn't know a thing about football, and now you can't come Sunday kickoff. You can't see her without her CD Lamb jersey and stuff on. And so it's like it's not just football. It's like it brings me and my parents close together, and we go down to Dallas and watch the games and stuff like that. And it's so that's definitely what made me fall in love with the Cowboys is my parents.
Oh, I love that. That's great. My story with the Raiders is they were in the Super Bowl the year I picked them,
Oh, okay.
and they've been terrible ever since.
And that's all right. That's all right. That's how people know how loyal you are. If you're a
Right?
Cowboys or Raiders fan, then
Exactly. We're both very loyal to a fault
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, Landon, it's been great to interview you and hear about your story. And I wish you the best of success with the end of your senior year here. I know football season's not quite over. And then wish you the best of luck in college, hopefully here in Billings. Just saying.
Yeah.
And yeah, just wish you the best of luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me out here. It was an experience that I've been excited to look forward to. So I appreciate it.
Of course. You have a great rest of your day, man.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.